John Durham reportedly is finally taking action. John Durham, the special counsel appointed by Trump administration to scrutinize Russian investigation, told a Justice Department that will ask grand jury to indict a prominent cybersecurity lawyer in the charge of making false statements to the FBI. People familiar with the matter said the lawyer is Michael Sussman, interesting, who was accused of lying to the FBI in a 2016 meeting about Trump and Russia. To paraphrase a speech by Winston Churchill, I don't know if it's the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning. So he's gotten him good. But Sussman told Congress a different story. Yeah, of course, he's a liar. So remember that name. That would be Michael Sussman. And then we have this, more of the Biden effect. So then we have this. We have, again, the parasite of all parasites. We have Mr. Secretary of State, Secretary Blinken. It's funny, it's Secretary Blinken and Gavin Newsom are like flipped. They both have radical wives. Secretary Blinken has a radical Irish wife, and Gavin Newsom's Irish, and he's got a radical Zionist wife. And I'm sure Blinken is a Zionist because he really is trying to get as much money as he can. 200 million here, 300 million here, 30 billion here for people that are already here. Biden effect, Secretary Blinken admits to ongoing hostage situation in Afghanistan. Americans still blocked from leaving. And then he also said that they didn't vet the people entering the United States from Afghanistan. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's really bad. And we have to say that comedian Norm Macdonald dead at 61. He was a real patriot. That is what's happening. Here we have Nicki Minaj's video that she was on, talking about her cousin. Yes, that Chinese company Evergrande is collapsing. Okay, let's get out of this. What is the devolution theory as Trump's reality? Here we go, and here we go. We have Space Force, the enabled National Reconnaissance Office, NRO, the United States responsible for operating spy satellites to transfer top payloads into space. It also gave President Trump unprecedented ability to gather intel. There we go, Space Force. Intelligence with no to little interference from foreign entities. American power, or some intelligence could be used to track. Yeah, and it was no secret. Vice President Pence didn't know. This was so secret that Vice President Pence didn't even know about this. It was through various sources. Our readers who likely don't know each other because they live in different states. Yeah, there we go. The devolution is a confirmed process being preserved by the United States to secretly maintain and safeguard Trump's administration. Here we go. It's a little of the birdie told me. I first heard the devolution in November 2020. The election was unsuccessful in obtaining reliable confirmation all the way. It appeared outlandish, but specific events unfolded as soon as it was quite feasible. Something was going on out there that is top secret. It may be doubtful many in the military or the White House even know what is happening. One long-time, very reliable DC source says, just pay attention to what President Trump says and his actions. It will be behind the backs of the key staff, including military leadership, powerful politicians. The first surprise was replacing key defense leaders, including promoting Christopher C. Miller, Secretary of Defense, on November 9th, and also followed by naming Kash Patel. He's great. Ezra Cohen-Watnick, David Norquist to other key positions. Almost immediately, we learned that globalists on defense Policy Board were terminated from their positions by Trump. This list of New World Orders included Secretaries Madeleine Albright, that would be Council on Foreign Relations, Henry Kissinger, former ranking member, and yeah, he is just very, very radical, that one. That would be, he wants more chaos, so the people would beg for more government. That's Kissinger. There we go. Former ranking House Intelligence Jane Harman and Majority Leader Eric Cantor. Others given the axe were former Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Gary Roughead, officer at Pentagon, and Rudy de Leon. And yeah, Mr. Kissinger is also very into population control. And yeah, he really wants to reduce the population. We have the Pentagon, Rudy de Leon, former George W. Bush National Security Advisor J.D. Crutch II, and former Undersecretary, Department of Treasury Dave McCormick, former Attorney General under Bill Clinton Jamie Gordlick, Robert Joseph, and former. So they have pretty much gutted the inside workings of the deep state. The Defense Policy Board is an outside advisory group of former high-profile national security officials who provide Secretary of Defense and Deputy Secretary of Defense informed opinions concerning matters of defense policy. Our military intelligence and spying abilities were enhanced through Space Force, and more were set up from, now we know, from led up there from Virginia. Our military intelligence and spy abilities were enhanced through Space Force. This was the ability that exposed and captured behind the scenes dangers to America, even provided the true count in the, It was Space Force technology that helped Trump decide on the now famous raid on Frankfurt, Germany. Of course, you know that the head of the CIA was taken, and that would be Gina Haspel. It soon happened, and Miller and the company, and of course they got the servers. Yeah, we have it was Space for